Hello and welcome to Spanish with Pasco eSchool. My name is Mrs. DuSel and I am going to be your Spanish instructor this semester. Please take note here of my contact information because this is how you'll get in touch with me throughout the semester. Best way to contact me is via email here at cdusel@pasco.k12.fl.us. You also have my cell phone number here. It's 813-713-2787, and you can call or text that number. You also have available here to you my fax number, Skype name, AOL Instant Messenger name, and Windows Live Messenger name. I know a lot of you guys are on Facebook. I am also on Facebook, Senora DuSel, or you can search with my email here. And certainly friend me, parents as well. I sometimes put out announcements that way. So if you guys would like to friend me on Facebook, there's the information. Let's get started. By the time you finish viewing this presentation, you will have all the information that you need to go ahead and get started with your course. And then at the end of this, if you pick up the phone and call me, let me know you viewed this, we'll complete your welcome call, and I can activate you. Let's get started. All right, first thing to keep in mind are your semester dates. Semester 1 begins August 20th, and here's the important one, it ends December 21st. So what that means is that all work needs to be completed, turned in, graded by December 21st. Also keep in mind that in order to earn a passing grade in this class, all discussion-based assessments, DBAs, and the final exam must be completed. Your minimum grade for passing the class is a 59.5. You also must earn that grade on the final exam to pass the class. Second semester begins January 7th and ends June 4th. So we really don't have hard deadlines in this course for work. However, we do have a hard deadline in that the end of the semester is the end of the semester. So all of your assignments must be completed by then. And that is December 21st for the first semester and June 4th for the second semester. Let's talk a little bit about online learning. Online classes are amazing. In my opinion, it's a fantastic way to study. It gives you guys flexibility, control, basically freedom over when you study, where you study, and how you study. Anywhere that there's an internet connection, you can complete your course. You also can complete your course as quickly as you like. If you want to finish this class in, let's say, half a semester, or you want to do 2 weeks worth of work in 1 week, you can do that. You can do as much as you like. You do have a minimum amount of work that you need to complete each week, and that is on our pace chart. But the cool thing about online classes is that you can complete them as quickly as you like. Pasco eSchool does require that you log into and complete assignments, log into your course and complete assignments weekly, even if you're ahead of pace. So let's say you do 2 weeks worth of work this week, you still need to log in next week and do assignments. Now you don't have to do a full week's worth, you could do just one if you choose, but you can work through this class as quickly as you like. That is very good when it comes to planning. If you know maybe it's exam week or you have a big project in another class or you're going to be out of town 1 week, you can do that week's work ahead of time. Another thing about online classes to keep in mind is that it really requires you, the student, to take responsibility for staying on pace and working weekly. While I am monitoring your progress and I'm in communication with you and your parents, it's not every day. So the onus of responsibility for the day-to-day assignments really falls on you, the student, to stay on top of that. So if you have questions about how to do that, I can help you, but just know that there definitely is a larger portion of the responsibility placed on your shoulders as the student for staying on pace. All right. The next thing to talk about is our grace period. The first 28 days that you're active in a Pasco eSchool course is considered your grace period. So after you view this presentation, you call me and I push that button and activate you. Your 28 days start at that point. If at any time within the first 28 days you decide this isn't the right class for you, you need to drop the course for whatever reason, you could do so within that 28-day grace period with no problems, no repercussions on your transcript. If, however, it's after the 28-day grace period is over, you're basically stuck with me until the end of the semester. You would need to remain in the class. If you didn't stay in the class, you would receive an F on your transcript. So we really want to make sure that you're using this time wisely, that you're getting a good feel for whether or not this is a good fit for you, and if you have any questions about that, I can help you. But the dates to keep in mind is the 28-day grace period. All right, communication. Consistent communication and work habits are expected. To that end, I'm here to make that easy for you. You can call me, text me, email me, instant message, Facebook message, whenever you have any questions or concerns. I definitely want you to know that I'm here to help. You must submit assignments each week, and that would count as a communication. But if a period of 7 days or more go by that you're not working or in communication with me to let me know that there's a problem, that you need help, whatever the case may be, you could potentially be dropped from the class. We don't want that to happen. If for some reason you cannot submit your work, please be sure to contact me and let me know so that we can figure out how to help. All right, so if you withdraw after the grace period, which is those 28 days, so withdrawing after the 28-day grace period would result in a withdrawal F on your transcript. If you completed less than 50% of the semester, if you complete 50% or more, then you would withdraw with an F on your transcript. So definitely let's try to have that not happen. Use those 28 days wisely, work your class, stay on pace, and if you have any questions or concerns, let me know early on. All right, our code of ethics, which is our academic integrity policy. During the enrollment process, you checked a little box, signed a piece of paper, agreeing to adhere to our academic integrity policy. What that means basically is that you're submitting your own authentic work. We know that working in the online arena, the temptation is sometimes there to copy and paste, ask friends for help, and while I encourage you to work with other people or talk assignments through, that's absolutely fine. One thing that you cannot do is turn in anything that is not your own authentic work. So if you have any questions about that, or there's any areas that are confusing to you, we can talk that through. Google Translate is also not an acceptable way to do your assignments in Spanish. But academic integrity is very important to us here at Pasco eSchool and FLVS, and keep in mind that violation of this agreement would be grounds for discipline, which could be including dismissal from the class. So just keep that in mind, and if you have any questions, we can discuss that further. All right, a big requirement of our course is the monthly call. You, student, me, teacher, and a parent must have at least one monthly contact together. During this time, we'll go over your pace and progress in the course, make sure there's no concerns, questions, and these calls are mandatory, so I must have at least one contact with a parent each month to make sure that you're on pace for successful completion. Now, with that being said, that is an absolute minimum amount of communication. You can call me as often as you have questions, need help. You can contact me more than that. That's fine. You can call, text, email, etc. Parents, you have the option of completing your monthly contact via text or email. Students, we still need to talk on the phone, but parents, we can, if you so desire and you don't have questions and everything's going well, you can complete your monthly contact via email. What will happen is I will send an email out through our VSA system, so parents, you'll need to log on to your parent account through VSA and tell you, hey, it's time to schedule your monthly call. Parents, if you respond to that email telling me that everything's great, your students working fine, you don't have any questions, you can respond to that via email or text and let me know that you don't need a monthly call, and that will count as our contact. Where you would go to set up an actual telephone call would be this web address here, mrs-ducels-spanish.lattice, LATTISS.com, and that would be how to get on my calendar. And here is the phone number for text, 813-713-2787, or email cdusel@pasco.k12.fl.us. Parents, just one thing that I ask is that you let me know the student that you are writing about, because I don't always know your email addresses, which student it's associated to. So please let me know your name and your student's name when you are writing to complete a monthly call. Students, keep in mind that if you do become overdue for a monthly call, you could be suspended from the class. So make sure to complete your call before the due date, which is every 30 days, to make sure that you can remain in good standing in the course. If you need help, and certainly, the situation might arise during the semester where you have questions, if you're struggling with a lesson or a concept, or just how to keep organized, or having computer issues, or anything at all, please reach out, call, text, email. I'm here to help you. We can get those resolved. My goal is to help you be successful in this class, so anything that I need to do to help you be successful, I'm willing to do. To that end, I do have in-person study sessions. Some are scheduled, and if you need help, I can meet with you individually. I do have a couple of loaner laptops that I do loan out to students when they're having computer problems, and I'm available to help in the evenings or weekends. So if you need help but the only time that we can talk is 9 p.m., we'll schedule a call for 9 p.m. Also, I'd like for you to know that you can get an A in this class. One of the very cool things about working in an online class is that most assignments and even most tests can be retaken until you get the grade that you want. So let's say you take a quiz and you get a 70. Well, that's certainly a passing grade, but if you want that 90 or you want that 95, let me know. I'll reset it. You can take it again. At the end of the day, my concern is that you've learned the information, not that you've learned it the first time. I'd like for you to, but if you need to do it 2 or 3 times to do that, I'm certainly willing to let you do that. So please do keep in mind you can get any grade that you like in this class. It just depends on how much work you're willing to put in. I do try to make myself available regularly to meet with you guys face-to-face if you would like to. This is totally optional. Attendance is not in any way required. Usually what we do is we meet with our laptops at the library, Starbucks, whatever, and get some work completed. I do have a tentative schedule. I've just scheduled 1 session each month. Usually I do that quite a bit more frequently, but until I know where the need is, I won't pick geographic locations. Please make sure though that if you are coming to a session that you let me know ahead of time. If nobody has RSVP'd and a session doesn't have any attendees, I might reschedule it. So definitely let me know if you're planning on coming so that I can anticipate you and have a chair for you. All right, so our first couple dates are Friday, August 24th, 10:30 to noon at the Land O'Lakes Library, Saturday, September 1st in the meeting room at the New River Library in Wesley Chapel, and October 12th, which is a Friday, from 11 a.m. to noon at the Pascal eSchool offices at Mitchell High School. Are you ready to get started? If you viewed this whole presentation and you have gotten this far, then you are ready to give me a call at 813-713-2787. Make sure to have a parent either with you on the phone, or we can 3-way call them in. Let me know that you guys have viewed this presentation, and we will complete your welcome call at that point. I'll answer any questions that you have, and I can activate you in your course. You're then ready to get started. You can log in to flvs.net and begin working in Spanish today, which I would love. So I'm looking forward to hearing from you soon, and give me a call.